Hi guys, happy Easter long weekend. I thought while I was cooped up this long weekend, and Easter is very different for me this year compared to every other year, as I'm sure it is for a lot of you guys out there. I am just trying to keep myself busy. So I thought I would film one of my favorite KIC recipes, which is the childhood Choc Crackles. Takes me way back to those kids' parties. It was my favorite treat back then. This is super delicious, full of nutritious whole foods. I'm going to run you through the recipe. I haven't actually created this one in a while, so I will be going through it with full detail, so you can follow along and watch this video and cook with me, or you can find this recipe, of course, on our KIC app. Now, what you want to start with is the dry ingredients. So maybe I'll list through all the ingredients to begin with of what you're going to need, and then I will explain in order for the method. So you're going to need puffed rice, which you can find at most supermarkets. I've got this brand that I haven't actually used before of brown rice crisps. So I got them just to try them out because they look like a little bit smaller and maybe a little bit crunchier. But anyway, I've used puffed rice before. The ones that you get at the supermarket works perfectly fine. Going to try that. Then we've got roasted almonds or normal almonds, or any nut you prefer is fine. Cacao powder, coconut oil, rice malt syrup or sweetener of choice, vanilla essence, cacao butter, and dark chocolate. Now the dark chocolate is an additional thing, so you don't need the dark chocolate. They are sweet enough on their own, but I like to drizzle the dark chocolate on top at the end for a little bit of an extra sweet treat. So you start the recipe off by chopping up your almonds. So you want them, I've actually got some flaked almonds here, so that made my life a little bit easier. You can get slivered or flaked almond, or if you do have full almonds, which I do have a little bit to make up for some of the weight, I am just roughly chopping them up. And then, so you want 100 grams of these almonds. So add them to the bowl. And then the puffed rice I was talking about earlier. So this is the brand I'm trying, but as I said, I have used normal puffed rice, the one that's probably more recognizable in supermarkets to all of you before, and it was fine. So we want 75 grams here. Perfect. Now you want a saucepan, just a small one is fine, because we're going to make basically the chocolate sauce that holds all the dry ingredients together for those Choc Crackles. So I've got 2 tablespoons of cacao butter in there already. And then you want to add 20 mils of coconut oil, which is a tablespoon. So 125 mils or half a cup of rice malt syrup as our sweetener. Next up into this bowl is 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. So the heat does not need to be high. You're just trying to make sure that all these ingredients mix together, and cacao butter and coconut oil come solid. I heated up my coconut oil prior to this, but you can just put it straight into the pot, obviously, and melt it via the pot. So you can take that off the heat. Now for the chocolatey bit, you want to add 1.5 tablespoons of cacao powder, hot chocolate. And then you just pour the wet ingredients in with the dry. So this is what the mixture looks like. Yum! It's like Cocoa Pops. And then you transfer them into little cupcake papers, whatever they're called, I can't remember. So yeah, and then you set them in the fridge. So whilst I am spooning 1 tablespoon at a time into the cupcake or patty pans, I have got some dark chocolate on very low heat on the stove just to melt. Obviously you can do that in the microwave if you're used to melting dark chocolate in the microwave. But that's just to give it an extra yummy chocolate topping. Pop some, drizzle some chocolate on top. Yum. Messy is fine. So here they are, ready to go in the fridge and set. All right guys, it hasn't been 2 hours, but I was just too keen to give them a go, so. So good. Yep, so they're pretty much set. They'd just get a little bit harder if I left them for the full 2 hours. So good. So you can find this recipe on the KIC app. You just have to search Choc or Crackle and you will find them. So good. Happy Easter everyone. Hope you have a lovely weekend.